Welcome to KX News on the Go. I'm Chance Ticklen. North Dakota Senators Kevin Cramer and John Hoeven are now proposing a bill in D.C. they say would strengthen America's defense. On Tuesday, they were joined by fellow Republican senators talking about the Golden Dome Act. Golden Dome is short for Ground and Orbital Launch Defeat of Emergent Nuclear Destruction and Other Missile Engagements Act. Senators are also asking for $21 billion from the Defense Reconciliation Bill. They say this would expand the U.S. missile defense capabilities to protect the country's different missile and drone threats from places like China and Russia. Parts of the strategy would include using Grand Forks Air Force Base to detect any potential threats.
Because there are people today who look at Golden Dome, mainly our adversaries, and say that will accelerate the conflicts in space. And I say to you, no, it will not. The greatest deterrents in the world oftentimes are defensive systems. And it should be a surprise to no one that Donald Trump has placed as the priority of this country to defend the homeland.
Minot Air Force Base, North Dakota, we have the only base that has two legs of the nuclear triad. The bombers and missiles. Why do I bring that up? Because our de facto Golden Dome is nuclear deterrence until we actually build the Golden Dome. And it will continue to be a vital part of deterrence even afterwards, which is why we're updating the nuclear triad.
Right now, senators are hoping to get the bill passed through the Senate. The idea comes after the president signed an executive order in January directing the military to come up with stronger missile defense for the nation. A series of neighborhood meetings are being held in the Magic City. Each meeting takes place in a different part of the city, and the goal is to provide an opportunity for those community members to interact with neighbors, with the council, and with city project managers. The area highlighted in Tuesday night's meeting was Minot City Transit, and the focus was paratransit and fixed routes. Two things that were highlighted were Minot's new paratransit certification process and the launch of the new Minot City Transit MyRide portal. Minot's new paratransit certification process has seen some issues, mainly with delays and medical documentation, but leaders say a more detailed form is now being used to improve doctor responses. The MyRide portal was launched on Monday, and Brian Hornica, the transit superintendent, says this portal will provide passengers with a lot of up-to-date information on what is going on with the fixed route transit buses.
You'll be able to see where every bus is at any given time. You'll be able to click on different stops along the route and see what time they're going to arrive there. You can go out and put in a starting and ending location. It'll plan a trip for you to show you how to use the system. There will also be a lot of news, things out there as far as any upcoming construction delays, detours, weather delays, things like that.
For more information on paratransit or the new MyRide portal, head to our website at kxnet.com, where you can find out more on how these programs work. Performers are taking center stage once again for their second big show of the season. It's a blast from the past from 20 years ago in Minot. The MSU Summer Theater Program began their second production of their 60th season with Fiddler on the Roof last Tuesday. That was last night. Fiddler on the Roof follows a poor milkman, his wife, and their 5 daughters as they try to keep a positive outlook in a changing world while also maintaining their family traditions. The play runs through Sunday, beginning at 8:30 every evening. Director Robert Hubbard says this play focuses on the ups and downs of life.
Deals with a lot of serious issues, but does it in a very accessible way. It's really about people who are struggling to live in a rapidly changing world and still trying to hang on to their traditions and their faith. And I think that has a lot of resonance for people today as well.
The show tomorrow will be an American Sign Language interpreter performance. The theater encourages deaf and hard of hearing guests to contact the box officer for more information on reserved seating for this performance. Now here's Andre with a quick check of your forecast.
Well, thank you so much, Chance. And looking at our current KXCAM network here in Bismarck, we are seeing some of that lighter rainfall starting to push on in, and temperatures are at 64 degrees. But here in Minot, remaining on the dry side with those overcast conditions, and temperatures are at 57 degrees. But here in Dickinson, overcast skies and upper 50s with 58 degrees, and we are still seeing that light showers here in Williston with 58 degrees as well. Now, looking at our current storm team radar, we are continuing continuing to see this area of rain in our southern portions of our viewing area, and even some shower activity in our north and western portions of our area, including here in Williston here. Let's dive in a little deeper, shall we? We are really seeing that light to moderate rainfall occur here in the Williston area, but here in Watford City, it's surrounded by rainfall for right now, but however, this is just going to continue to move its way towards the north, so we're going to be watching that very closely here. And let's dive into the main area of rainfall, where here in around the Saline area and Flasher, we're seeing that rain area right now, but however, there in New Salem and in Bismarck, we're going to be seeing a little bit heavier rainfall over the next hour or so, so we're going to be watching that very closely here. Now, looking at our current temperatures right now, our temperatures are mainly in the 50s and 60s, so it's rather on the mild side this morning, and our temperatures really won't be climbing much more throughout the day today, and we are expecting those scattered showers and thunderstorms throughout the day today too. Some could even be on the strong to severe side in our south and western counties, where our marginal chance of severe weather resides, and this is where we could see that damaging wind gust and hail throughout the day. Now, looking at our precision cast, this is 7 o'clock this morning, and we are seeing an overall sort of idea of what's going on with these scattered showers and thunderstorms, and as we head into 11 o'clock, we could see more development in our north and western area, so that's something to really watch out for, and that development will continue to increase by the time we get into our 3 o'clock hour, potentially here in the capital city too, and near Dickinson, and also just outside of the Magic City. And by the time we get into our 7 o'clock hour, we're going to see this rain continue to move its way into the capital city and kind of come to an end by the time we get into around 11, 12 o'clock. Now, our highs for today will mainly be in the 60s, and even some 70s will be quite possible too. And once we get into our Thursday, we're going to start our temperatures out in the 50s, and guess what? They're going to climb up into the 70s and even some 80s potentially in our north and western counties. So that's something to really watch out for. And what's really going to be the one to watch out for is for the day on Friday, with a slight chance of severe weather. And this means that we could see some damaging winds, significant hail potentially too, and a tornado too is quite possible throughout the viewing area during the day on Friday. So it's very important that you watch out for this and make sure you have that KX Storm Team app on hand in the case of any watches and or warnings. Now, looking here in Williston, we will see those temperatures increase, however, on our Thursday, Friday, and dropping slightly into the weekend, but still remaining in the 80s, with those chances of rain coming in by Sunday. And now here in Dickinson, we're going to continue to see those 80s lasting into our Sunday as well, with those rain chances coming to an end too. And here in the Magic City, we're going to see those 70s today, right? And then we will see those temperatures overall increase through our Sunday, and then just kind of plateauing as we head into our Monday and our Tuesday. And that same thing goes here in the capital city too, with those chances of rain coming to an end by Saturday, and then drying out as we head into early next week, and temperatures will be in the 80s during this time period. So chance we'll be watching for those thunderstorms today and on Friday.
You betcha. Have that Storm Team app downloaded free for Android and Apple users, Andre. All right, thanks for joining us here on The Go. I'm Chance Nicklin for everyone here at KX News. Have a great day.